Hello, FarmSim Guy, how are you?
Morning, Argsy. All good here?
That's good. Another day planned for No Man's Land. Lots to do, again.
Yep, sun's shining. It's going to be a good day.
It is. Good day to make hay when the sun's shining, isn't it?
You should make hay while the sun shines. Good point.
It's a good idea. So I think we might go and mow some of the grass and get some hay for the sheep, we hope, and possibly some animals further down the future.
Yeah, we've got a list of stuff to do actually today, haven't we? We're going to finally cover the silage over. There's a few tracks that we want to finish putting out before we give the roller back. So yeah, it's going to be busy.
It is. I think we might even, if we have time, we put some lime on those new fields as well.
Yeah, we've already sold some lime actually, haven't we? We've just sold $40,000 worth, which is quite good.
Did. Which is a nice little profit off those stones.
Hopefully that'll fund the new kit.
That's the idea. Right, well, we're not going to get much done standing around talking, so we might as well crack into it.
Right, what we're going to start with? Are we going to get that bunker covered and the road sorted, and then we'll go and
I think so. I might go over play on the dozer and level that out a little bit and get it compacted if you want to run the roll around and make some more tracks.
Sounds like a plan.
Excellent. Right, get to it.
All right, let's go.
Well, hello everyone. Argsy here. Welcome back to No Man's Land. Well, you've just about heard everything we've got planned for the day, so there's not much point in going through it all again. But what I can tell you, this dozer does an awesome job at compacting silage. If you want to get it done quick, go and get a dozer. We've got 500,000 litres in here, and look at the rate the compaction is. I only have to drive a metre or two on it, and it's going down and down and down. So it'll push it too, which is nice. So if you want to do a bit of levelling, we weren't the best at keeping this maintained and nice and tidy. It is a little bit of a messy stack. But we'll get it sorted out, we'll get it levelled out and get the cover on it so we can actually convert it into some silage. And you'll see in the background there, FarmSim Guy is in the roller. He is going to carve a few more tracks around the yard, around the farm, and get things tidied up from that perspective, which will be good. It'll be nice to have some well-formed tracks around the place. So we're just going to carry on with this, hopefully not get stuck. Should be able to wheel my way out of here. There we go. Just have to give it the full throttle. No, it's still stuck. We'll get out. I think I've managed to use the blade and give it a bit of a lift up a little bit. Backwards doesn't work. Let's try forwards. There we go. We're free. We're free. We're free. Alright. That would have been embarrassing. I'm not sure how we would have pulled the D6 dozer out. Not quite sure either of our tractors would be up to that task. But I think I might go around the other end and we'll carry on there. 65% though, how quickly that has got compacted. So we'll catch up with you once this is all done. And there we go, we are all done. I don't think I've ever compacted 500,000 litres of silage as quickly as that just did. That was stupidly fast. Honestly, if you're looking for an efficient way to level a silage clamp out and get it compacted, the D6 dozer all the way. Alright, we'll just get back out here. You can see FSG's gone all the way around here. We've got a track heading back over towards the sheep. All hooked up there. We've got some deer hanging out as well. And he did run through the middle down here. Now we've still got that issue where the grass doesn't disappear, but we'll make do with that. If we just pop into here, hit L, and we've got our silage all covered. So it's not the nicest stack. The dozer did do a good job. It was a little bit hard to handle. I think just a little bit of server lag as well made that a little bit harder, but there we go. We are all done with that. So I guess we don't have too much more uses for this. I'd love to keep it, but we are paying lease fees on it, so we might have to get it back down to the shop, get it returned, and find a reason to bring it out again another day. So there we are, all parked up. Alright, let's go and see where FSG's gone to now. He headed over this way. He is heading all the way down over there. We're not going to run all the way after him. But it's what we discussed, was running it all the way over there, having a track between these two fields. And what if he'll go along the side? We did talk about running along the edge of that field and having something for the grapes or olives or whatever we put up on the side of that hill. And of course, we're going to be heading down the other end of this field to get the grass done. But I might, while he's still doing that, I might jump into the tractor, grab the lime spreader, and start to get some lime put on these fields. Hop over here and take a look at the sheep. They are 100% healthy. They do have some food and water, but they are going to need a top up soon. Hungry little critters, though, need to be enjoying themselves. And, how much wool do we have there? You want to tell me? No, can't get it to tell me. That's alright. Oh, FSG's back. Alright, let's go and grab the lime spreader and get that hooked up. And if we start doing that, he is finished, he can head down and grab the mower that we're going to get. Made light work of that.
Yeah, but I bet you weren't messing around with that.
No, the silage. I don't think I've ever compacted 500,000 litres of silage so quickly.
Mental note for future games and stuff?
Absolutely, it'd be worth having a bulldozer around.
Yeah. Yeah, those paths worked out pretty nice as well, I think.
Looks good. I had to wander over and saw what you'd done over the other side. So, I was going to start with the lime. Do you want to go and grab the mower and maybe start doing the mowing?
I will indeed. I'll go shopping.
Have fun.
For a change. It's not you.
It's not me. Enjoy.
Alright, see you in a bit.
Alright, there we go. He is going to head down and grab the mowers. Or mower. So I think we're going to get, we did have a chat, I think we're going to get one of the class mower that partners with the front mower we've got. So we've got the butterfly set up. FSG's tractor just has enough power to run it, so it needs 230 horsepower, 70 for the front and 160 for the back, and his tractor's 240, so just enough there. But let's get into this lime. We'll just pop in under here and load it up. I find the fill trigger there. Here we go. Oh, that's right. I forgot this put quite a bit of weight on the front. Maybe I should hook that front weight up to the front of the tractor to take it off the back. We might go and put it on the front just to make sure we don't lose our steering control. Alright, that's a little bit better. Now I've just turned the debug mode off on the Terrafarm as well, so we didn't have those funny little circles on our bucket, obviously showing that the bucket is Terrafarm capable, which is nice to do. Obviously we showed that off in the last episode, but we can just jump into here. We've got these 2 fields to put the lime on. It's not going to take long. This lime spreader has a stupid width, which is nice. It makes it a bit more efficient, but of course we do chew through the lime a lot quicker with that. So just get turned in here. I'm just going to set up some GPS and then we'll get into it. Alright, there we are. We'll get that turned on. Make sure we're on the right tool. Don't want to make that mistake. There we go. Let's have a look. Look at that width. That's stupid. We're going to do this field in 2 passes. Like I said, it is chewing through it though, 20% down already, so we probably won't get much more than these 2 passes done. But I think let's throw this very quickly on a little time lapse. We'll get the lime spread and then we'll be on to whatever our next task is going to be. Well, that was ruthlessly efficient. 5 passes, you can see from the GPS. We were on our 5th, or would have been 6th, because the first pass is set to 0. But that is that's stupidly quick. Very, very fast. I thought we might have almost been done before FSG got back from down at the shop. There you go. You can see he is running the mowers there. They are, it's cutting a decent width. They are such an efficient way of mowing. Probably not even worth having the 2 front mowers now if we're going to have this setup going. We might have a chat about that. That was always a bit of a cost-saving decision to start off with, but maybe we'll look at selling one of them. But with that done, I'm going to go and unhook this. I don't know what we might do, whether we'll run down and pick up whatever we're going to use to level this. Got a couple of trees over here. I know there's some over in the bush over there too. Go and pick those up with the trailer and put them in that little cell point. A little bit of lime, we might as well cover it all up. But let's go and figure out what we're going to do next. I think we'll be down to the shop though, pick up a tedder and possibly a windrower, but we'll see. seeing we had the bucket on the front, and I saw this little bit of grass here. I know the sheep can use a little bit more food, so we might as well pick this up and go and drop it in their feed trough while we're right here. There's only 100 and something litres there, not really worth it, but make things tidier. It's not going to disappear any other way if we don't pick it up, so we'll just make the farm just that little bit more presentable. We're going to all this effort to put in these nice tracks in, we might as well make the rest of it look the part. Well, 240 litres, it's not much, but we'll get that tipped in there, top them up just a little bit further to keeping them happy. Alright, let's go and get this all unhooked. Head down to the shop. Alright, we've dropped that off here in the shed. Seems to be the best place to put it. And I'll just give FSG a yell and see what he thinks about going down and getting that windrow. Argsy to FSG.
Go ahead, Args.
That lime was rather quick. I'm all done there. Shall I head down and grab a tedder windrow or something like that?
Yeah, they're already bought, mate. I left them there to pick up, yeah, so you're good to go.
I wanted to buy something.
No, you've bought enough.
I'm going to find something to buy when I'm down there, just so you see.
I don't think we've got the moon weight installed.
Damn it. Alright, I'll be back soon.
Cool, mate.
Spoil sport. Spent all the money already. Right, let's get down to the shop. I got a nice couple of pieces of equipment there. Looks like it is the Vicon spreader, I think. Nice, decent width on that. And I think that is a Samars windrower. Both decent sized pieces of equipment. FSG has gone a little bit crazy with the spending. I wonder if he looked in the sale to make sure there was nothing we needed on sale. I might just take a quick look at that, because that could give me an excuse to buy something. Corn header and a auger. And that's actually not a bad price for the auger, 43% off, but it's not an expensive piece of equipment, so not a huge saving. And nothing else there that we need, so no chance for spending, unfortunately, but there we are. We'll head back down with the tedder and make a start following behind FSG with the grass and getting that all turned over and dried out. Alright, we've made it back, and looks like FSG must just about be finished already, which doesn't surprise me. Those mowers, massive. Let's just be tidying up a little bit there on the edge. So, let's get this unfolded around the corner, and we might as well go and ted this piece right here. To start out with, this is actually a bit wider than I expected. It's quite a decent sized tedder. Like it. Right, that load down. Let's make a start on getting some of this hay spread out. It throws it a long way. Look at that. Very good. Right, looks like he's mowed all the way through the middle. Even this grass, which we only mowed a couple of episodes ago, already grown enough to be able to give it a light mow again. Now, this is pretty steep. Fortunately, we're have enough power to get up there. So I think the plan is to pick this up with the loading wagons. We might build a hayloft that we can dump it all in, and that might just make it easier to handle in the future rather than doing bales. But we'll see, we'll have a chat once we're all done here and see what he thinks. Looks like he's cut all the trees down. There was some trees in here a little bit earlier, so he must have cut all those down and dealt with them that way rather than having to mow around them. Alright, we'll head down this way. If we just set up our GPS again, and we should be pretty good. Here we go. It's all done. Now, if we do that, should be our auto width, and we'll be away laughing.
Just how good is that windrow, that tedder animation?
Yeah, I was just saying how good it looks. It looks like it's throwing it miles.
It's glorious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's glorious.
Yeah, I really liked it.
FSG to Args.
Go ahead, mate.
Did you leave the windrower down there, or did you bring it back?
No, I left it down there. I was just looking at how far you mowed across. Could you go further?
How do you mean? On the hill?
No, I was just looking at where we line up with the edge of the canola field, and you haven't gone right across the edge of it.
I left a little bit of breathing space, maybe for a road or something up there.
No, okay.
Do you want me to come back?
There's probably a couple of passes. We might as well make the most of our land.
All right, here I come.
Good man. We'll be sitting in his tractor again, that bloody demanding Argsy. Alright, there you go. He's going to get that all unfolded and done. I've missed a little bit, so we've got to make sure we get it all. I complain about him missing some and us not doing it all. Right, here we go. And FSG is just about ready to start mowing again. Alright, there we are. We are all done with the tedding, which is nice. FSG, you can see and would have noticed he's already over here with the windrower. So we'll get this back over to the yard. We will jump into one of the loading wagons. We need to figure out where we're going to dump it. And build a hayloft. Figure out what we need to do for getting this unloaded. We do need to test to see whether we can actually dump the hay straight into the sheep, make sure they can take it. So we will just have to find out. Right, we've got the tedder swapped out and we have picked up the loading wagon. So we'll get heading over here. I know FSG has already got a decent amount windrowed up, so we will go and start picking it up. Like I said, we are going to have to figure out where we're going to put it, so we haven't done anything on that yet, but we'll get a load in and then we'll go and take a look at that. I do want to test the sheep, whether we can give it directly to them as well. I'm not sure if they take hay. It didn't say in the menu, so it might be they are grass only, but we will see. Right, let's get this going and see how it goes. We are picking up hay, which is good to see. Now of course the silage additive won't work on this, it won't be going down because it's hay, not silage. There we go. Right, we'll run along here, run along the rows FSG's done and get this picked up. But we're certainly chewing through all our jobs we had lined up for today very, very quickly. Argsy FSG.
Yeah, go ahead, mate.
I'm full here with the first load. What are we going to do with this hay? We're going to buy the hayloft or go and build a hayloft or something?
Yeah, I think we need a hayloft. It's good for storage anyway, isn't it? I'm thinking even for straw come summer and when we've got some crops as well. So it's good just to have somewhere to put it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's a good point. Did you think where we might put it?
Well, with Pretty Flex, there's a nice bit of space between the BGA and the main shed and things like that. So anywhere there might work.
Some of that area. Yep, sounds good. All right, we'll go and find somewhere to put it up. Get to spend some money. It's exciting. Alright, we'll go and find a spot over here to build the hayloft. Make sure we leave enough space for all the triggers and whatnot, and see what we can come up with. Just another piece of the puzzle in getting our farm all built up. Just say, as I came off the grass there, and you can hear it actually going across these bits of grass, how nice it is to hear the different tyre effects depending on what surface you're driving on. It's very, very cool. Alright, so we're just having a look here. Right at the front there, $63,500, that is the base game one. But we do have the modded one. Now the base game, 250,000 litres. We've got this one, which is 1.25 million litres. So more capacity. But just chatting to FSG, it also gives us the ability to put bales into it. So if we were to do some baling, we can get some loose material out of it. So just looking there, looks like we drive through the centre to load. So I just wonder actually if we can position it somewhere so it actually straddles one of the tracks. If it goes up there, whether that's actually going to be a good spot for it or not. Of course, the downside is where the fill point is going to be, so maybe not. Maybe we'll just put it somewhere and we can back into it if we need to. Change my mind, I think we might put it here at the back of the shed. Can unload on one side and then we can back in to the middle of it. So I think that might be a good location. If we put it over here, looking at it, it's very dominating on the entrance to the farm. Not sure if we want that right there, so I think we just dump this about here and give us the space to back into the middle. You can see there, and get into the trigger. Alright, so we've put it in down here. Let's go and have a look how it's gone with doing the landscaping, softening around it. We may have to, well, we've got the bulldozer here, we could come and level off around it, but it actually doesn't look too bad at all. There we go, we can back up in there and should be able to unload this. Hopefully we'll get a trigger. Work on my backing a little bit. There we go, trigger there, so we'll get that all unloaded. I forgot to actually test to see if the sheep take any. We'll do that with the next load. That's all going in there as we would hope, and I think that's probably going to be a good spot for it. While we've got the roller here, we can probably actually get rid of those last few bits of bushes and just tidy up around it just a touch as well. Alright, let's go and carry on with getting more loads done. Another load in the wagon, and this time we're going to go over and check it with the sheep, see if they will take it or not. So we'll have to back into their feed trough, if there is a trigger there or not. I'm hoping there is. It'd be nice if we can give them hay and not have to deal in grass. Grass is just well, it's easy enough to do with the front mower and a loading wagon. It's just another thing to have around, having an area of grass that we can mow at a time that is convenient. But we'll just negotiate here around the bale of wool. Make sure we're on our loading wagon. We want to make sure we get our trigger correct. There we go. can offload hay. It's good news. We just take a look here in the animal menu. Interestingly enough though, even though it's gone in as hay, it's coming up to say it is grass. So I suppose that's alright, we can use the hay. And just shows up as grass. No dramas there. It's 100% effectiveness anyhow. We're getting the rest of this wagon unloaded here into the hayloft. Seems to be going pretty well. So I think FSG's over here now with his loading wagon. We should get through this pretty quickly. There's probably only about 3 or 4 loads there left anyhow. So we'll throw this onto a very short little time lapse and catch up with you again when it is all done. Alright, so FSG's just come back in. He's got the last load there. I think there might be about 10 foot of a row, he reckons. So we're not going to bother with that. Let's get that wagon dropped off there, and we'll go see what we're going to do now. Decent amount of hay. I think maybe 120,000 litres in there. We'll go and have a look. Actually, I was wondering about hooking this up and going and cleaning up those logs. But we'll go have a chat to FSG and figure out what we're going to be doing for a little bit longer.
I'm saying, Args, we've been so efficient this episode that we get through stuff too quick.
Yeah, I know, right? I was just going to see how much hay we got in there, but I can't see it on the production chain anywhere. It must be on the equipment and next to the shed, is it?
119,000 litres.
Oh, that goes alright. And now I can confirm the sheep will take it, but it converts it to grass on the menu for the sheep. So we can use the hay to feed them. It's 100% effectiveness, so I guess we're not losing anything with using it.
No. Okay, good.
Yeah, it saves having to cut hay, have a patch of grass we can go and mow to feed them or anything like that too.
Yeah, exactly. We can just stock it up as and when we need to.
That's right. Like you're saying though, we're being too efficient.
I think we might have officially covered off the majority of our 2 blocks of land already.
We have, yeah. Yep.
There's a little bit on the hill there, but it's kind of hard because it's quite steep, isn't it?
Yeah, I think where you got to mowing was probably about as high as we want to go up the hill. Unless,
like we say, we put a few grapevines in there in the future.
I think that could be a future task, but we have to be mindful of the equipment we're going to need to do those too.
Yeah.
From a cost perspective. Now, we talked earlier, I don't know if we said in what we were talking about, but I wondered about putting a couple of greenhouses in as well. Add another revenue stream in.
I think that's an excellent idea, and I think we've got a nice strip down the outside here, which should work nicely for them.
That was my thoughts as well. And while the roller's still here, a little bit more landscaping around this shed. So maybe we'll place those greenhouses, and then we can take a look at doing a little bit more landscaping.
Yeah, alright, let's do that. I'll park my tractor up and we'll have a look where we'll put these greenhouses.
Sounds good. Alright, so FSG's got the blueprints in his hand. He is responsible for placing down our greenhouses. Now, I'm not sure how many we're going to get. We were talking 2, maybe 3, possibly even 4. This is our first one. Pop over here and take a look at this. I think these are nice. These have a little outdoor area. Hopefully he's left enough space because that's how pallets spawn down there.
I'm only going to go with 2 args. They are quite big compared to what I thought.
Alright mate, I was just saying I hope you've left enough space here for the spawn point on this one.
Yeah, it was creeping down the road. Let me see.
Oh yeah.
I think we're alright. I think we should be able to lift these by hand actually, shouldn't we? Even when they're full.
With super strength definitely, but we could always get Quiet Hitman's little elevator too. And
that's true. Yeah. And actually, they've leveled. I was worried about the ground, but they've actually placed nicely.
Yeah, they look good. We might just do a little bit of painting in front of them. What do you reckon?
Yep, go for it.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you what. While you do that, I'll go and fill up the water.
Oh yeah, okay, good idea.
No jokes, please.
Alright, we're back here in the roller. We just had a few issues with Terraform. I had to actually exit the game. Bear in mind we are the first people, I think, to use this on a multiplayer server. So that could explain why. Now, not why. We want to stay on smooth. There. We need to press. Oh, it's turn it on. Here we go. Alright, so I'm just going to try and smooth out some of this area here. Let's come up here. I just wanted to smooth out our rise up into the trigger. There we go, that's done a pretty good job. And then if we run up here again, you can see how much it actually has lowered that down, which is pretty impressive. Hopefully not too much that we've lost the trigger. There we go, that should be good. Now we're going to run across the front of here. That beeping is ridiculously loud on this roller. Try and remember to do things in the forwards direction. But just smooth across the front here to try and get rid of these couple of bushes up the front. Alright, there we go. I think those bits should refresh out once we've reloaded the game, but a little bit of grass and green around here shouldn't hurt. We'll get rid of this one little bush here too. And that looks pretty good to me. You might just run across the front of the greenhouses as well. So do a little bit of landscaping in front of them. There we go. That's looking pretty good to me. We'll turn that off so we don't terraform too much more. That's looking much better. Right. Just while I'm in the roller, there was a couple of other things I just want to do, which we hadn't done. I do just want to do a little bit here in front of the fill point for the lime. There we go. It looks good. Might just take this out so we've got somewhere to back in, and we're running around the outside of this. Also just wanted to do through here, because we do know that when we were unloading, it was handy to be able to drive across the front of this. I'll just do a little bit of a course across there. There we go, back up through that. That gives us a way to go through. And one last little bit, I do just want to run up the side of this field, because this was my intent, was to have a track that ran along this edge to get down to the backfield. I think if we just carefully row through here, trying not to get too close to our crop, that looks pretty good. Get rid of this bush. There we are, and we should now be able to run down in between the field, probably right on the edge of the mowed grass, and might even go all the way to the very back. And the reason the grass is showing up where our crop is, that's just a sync issue with the server, because I had to restart and reload to get into terraform. There we go. We'll pause things there. We'll turn off terraform again with O. And that's looking pretty good to me. I'm just going to get rid of this one little bush, because that's going to irritate me if we have that at the end. Did a pretty good job leveling that out, didn't it?
Looks great.
Yeah, might have a floating fan there, but
it's right. It's bolted to the side of the shed. You're right.
Yeah, we'll be right.
I went for lettuce in the greenhouse. It was about double the price of everything else. So, and their price fluctuations seem to mirror each other. So,
okay. Oh, well, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Hopefully, it doesn't bring too many rabbits around. All the deer get into it.
Yeah. And open boxes with no fencing around them is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, that is a little bit interesting. I mean, if it was tomatoes, the birds would have got it. And same if it was strawberries. So, probably doesn't matter.
Well, I think that's quite a nice juncture to stop, isn't it? We've done a ton today.
Well, I think we've just about run out of things to do, to be honest.
Is it time for a holiday?
Well, hopefully we've saved enough money to be able to buy a combine.
Well, there is that as well. Yeah, we've got to think ahead really with what's coming. I suppose when the silage is fermented enough, we can drop some of that into the BGA.
Yeah, it's a good point. We can too.
All right, mate. Well, thank you very much. That was really fun.
It was good fun, and like you say, lots done, which is always nice to see.
Always nice to have a sense of achievement.
Absolutely. And our equipment's getting a little bit bigger too, with the mower and those windrowers and things. I was pleased to see you picked up a double windrower instead of that silly one-sided thing you often get.
Yeah, no, I kind of thought to make life easy for ourselves.
And good on you. Alright, mate, well, that was a pleasure as always, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah, have a good week, mate.
You too.
Bye for now.
See you. Let's go have a look at these greenhouses before we head off. As FSG has said, we do have some lettuces in there. There we go, looking good. Already got 1 litre, but 20,000 litres of water in each. And they should spawn down the side here. But we may have to look, we may have to get quite Hitman's conveyors. It might make it a little bit easier to load those out. We will see. Otherwise, a skid steer will run down there pretty easy. Maybe we'll have to get one of those. We will see. But look at all this development. You know, this was all grass before we started today. There was no track, there was no hayloft, there was no greenhouses. Not to mention the hayloft's got 120,000 litres of hay in it, and we've lined the field, sold some lime, so lots and lots of progress. Really enjoying this time on No Man's Land. It's good fun, always good fun to spend a bit of time with FSG as well, just chatting, chewing some fat. But as always, from the two of us, FarmSim Guy and myself, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed that episode, and I look forward to catching you in the next one.